with 22. She's second in the Southern Conference in aces per set. And we're underway. She serves Martin. Cardenas. And the first point goes to the Bulldogs.
That is a great swing on Maddie Cardenas. Way to go ahead and swipe the ball and go for the hands. And I think the middle on that side has to get her hands up just a tad bit faster.
Belle Hogan back to serve. 15 aces on the season. She served Padilla. Out of the middle, that was Morgan. And the block is out of play. The point to the Bears. We are tied at 1.
I think for both teams, they need to speed up in terms of blocking the middle, putting their hands over the net faster and really pressing.
Here's Abby Havrilla, sophomore from Avon, Ohio, second on the team with 17 aces. And she picks up number 18. Two to 1 lead for the Bears early on. Again, the target is Martin. Oh, outstanding court vision from Allie Ruffin. She found an opening inside the attack line.
First attack from Allie, and I think that was her filling the court out, seeing what she has available, and that was a great shot by Allie.
Out of the middle, that's Skylar Bumpers, the junior from Mobile, Alabama. Third on the team with 87 kills coming into today. Bumpers transfer from Tulane, where she was a teammate of Citadel Bulldog Mackenzie Martin. Full of Green Wave transfers, one to the Citadel and one to Mercer. Here's Martin, and she puts one past a diving Havrilla.
And Martin gives it right back to her. Old teammates or not, she's going to put one down.
Checking in to serve for the Citadel. Player, McKay, you've been very impressed with. Mia Watson, the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida. This is Bumpers' tip over the block. That was played by Martin. She was ready for it. Can you tell they were teammates?
Yeah, I definitely think she read that one, but she didn't read her second hit. I mean, middles are going to be big during this game, and we definitely see Mercer utilizing those middles early on in the game.
Early 4-3 lead for the Bears. Back to serve. This is Gia Padilla, junior from Florida. This time's hit for the Bulldogs. Connection not there between Hogan and Sales. Just checking the floor.
Seeing Sales got off on the wrong foot.
Take another look. Sales out of the middle. Off the hand of Jessica Dunn. It's a kill for the freshman, Angelina Sales, who's third on the team in kills, 117 coming into today.
And she recovers. She comes into that middle, sneaks in for that two-hit kill, and puts it down.
Sales back to serve. First in the Southern Conference with 30 aces. Jumper with topspin. That was played by Padilla. Quigley, the dig from Allie Ruffin. Martin gets the kill off the outside. Mackenzie Martin out of Port Orange, Florida. Fourth on the team in kills coming in.
Great swing on Martin. I mean, way to go right through the block. She definitely sees something, or maybe she listened to her libero, but that was a great swing.
Tied at 5. Sales again targets Padilla. Quigley. Hogan sends it over. Another opportunity for Quigley. And the dig from Elgert. Martin. Oh, great touch from Mackenzie Martin. And another kill for the Tulane transfer.
Martin has a great ball. I mean, just awareness on the court. She knows where to put the balls, and I think in that moment, she put it in the right exact spot where there wasn't a lot of Mercer players around to play the ball.
Seems like Martin and Ruffin complement each other so well, the two outsides, one who can bomb and one who has tremendous touch.
I agree. I mean, Martin offers that, some of that experience and that play that maybe in the moment is what you need instead of a hard kill.
Bumpers. Delancey. And this is Quigley. Elgert gets under it. Martin looking for the back corner and the dig from Padilla. Quigley. Another dig for Jalen Elgert. Sent back on Martin. Longest rally of the match so far. Ruffin from the pipe. Oh, she buries Jessica Dunn. Hopefully she's all right.
Great swing on Ruffin, but I mean, we got to make sure she's okay.
Dunn will shake it off and take another look.
And I think what players forget, when Ali's back row, she's still a threat. She's still someone you have to pay attention to.
We saw a hard-driven ball on Wednesday night from Ali Ruffin into the libero of Western Carolina. She was able to shake it off and stay in the match. Hopefully Dunn will be able to come back as well.
I agree. I mean, she's getting checked out right now, so we can just wish her the best and hope that nothing really is wrong or concussion or anything like that.
Timeout on the floor as the Bulldogs have opened up an 8-5 lead. That brings us to immediate timeout. You're watching Southern Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. The serving of Angelina Sales. They lead by 3. And a well-placed timeout from Coach Sutton that leads to the service error.
Sales has been extremely impressive this season with her serve. I mean, she's offered some diversity to the serving of the Citadel, and I think it's really working out for them.
Here's Skylar Bumpers, 5 aces on the season. She serves Elgert. Free ball coming for the Bulldogs. Options for Belle Hogan. She goes to Delancey, who tips it over the block.
I think Delancey may have been expecting a faster set, but either way, way to stick it out and put it in the right place.
It's the lead back to 3. And Mackenzie Martin. A whistle, and we're gonna have a Bulldog in the net. I believe that's on Gina Delancey. Substitutions for Mercer as they change up their setter and right side. Kiara McCarles comes in to serve and set. Sophomore from Carlisle, Ontario. Team leader in assists. Ruffin is denied. Morgan and Beardsley in position against Ali Ruffin.
I guess they're getting paid back for their teammate, but I mean, can you do that the next one? Ali's going to put the ball down, and I'm excited to see what she does with it.
Another opportunity for Ruffin, roll shot. And she connects with the attack line and a 2-point lead for the Citadel.
And I think that's the growth that we've seen from Ali Ruffin. She's not always going to look forward to put the ball down, but she's extremely selective and smart with where she puts the ball on the court.
Elgert. Straight down from Michael Morgan, the sophomore out of Louisville, Kentucky. Comes into today second on the team with 90 kills.
And Michael Morgan was definitely one of those players at Citadel we're going to have to watch. I mean, she's extremely dynamic and athletic, and her coming in that 2-ball is something that they have to pay attention to.
Quigley serves Elgert. Cardenas responds for the Bulldogs.
It looks like it's a battle of the middle tonight. I mean, Maddie Cardenas was not taking that for an answer. She showed back up and put the ball down.
Second kill of the match for Maddie. Hogan serves Havrilla. Beardsley is blocked.
Great job on the Citadel defense of timing that ball and really pressing their hands over and making sure they lock in that block where it's a stuff.
Good low hard serve from Hogan, and it leads to the point.
And those are those communicational errors that we're going to run into with new teams, fresh teams. But I think Mercer is good enough where they can overcome that and still stay in the match and put up a good fight.
Again, Hogan giving the Bears problems with her serve. Sails off the right side. Here's Ruffin. She's blocked. Another opportunity. Morgan goes line and gets the kill for the Bears.
Again, Morgan is someone that you have to watch. She's extremely athletic, dynamic, and she can get up, and that's exactly what she's shown here. I think if the Citadel wants to shut her down, they need to block early and press those hands.
Here's Havrilla, who has an ace already. Sails off the left side, delivers for the Citadel.
I mean, way to swing high sails. I mean, she knows she has a blocker that can get up, that has high hands. Why not use them to her advantage and swing the ball off those hands?
Second kill for Angelina Sales. Now Ruffin. Gets an ace.
Solid serve by Ruffin. I mean, it looked like it was going to drop, but it dropped right before.
Allie coming into today, third in the Southern Conference in aces. She gets her 25th of the season. And Mercer calls timeout as the Bulldogs have opened up a 15-10 lead here in set number 1. The new head coach for the Mercer Bears this season is Chad Sutton. In his first season, previously an assistant coach at Coastal Carolina. Before that, he was a volunteer assistant at Purdue, where the Boilermakers made back-to-back Elite 8 appearances in the NCAA tournament. He has high school experience, a former high school coach at Cardinal Mooney Catholic in Sarasota, Florida. He was there for 5 years, and they were nationally ranked. He won a state championship in 2019 before making the jump to the college ranks. Also coached at Sarasota High School. We had an opportunity, McKay, to chat with him a little bit before the match. Really excited about becoming the Mercer head coach and trying to ask him about, you know, his 2-year plan, 3-year plan. How soon do they expect to contend for a championship? He said, hey, we're trying to win this year. We're not looking for any 3-year plans, 2-year plans. You take the job because you want to win now.
And I think that's the best mentality. Any fresh coach or any fresh program should incorporate. I mean, although you may not do the best your first year, you should still strive for the best. You should still strive for that end goal of winning. And I mean, we see that here tonight. They're definitely putting up a good fight. It's just those communicational errors and those unforced errors, that's going to be a problem for Mercer.
Those Bears trail by 5. Here's Ruffin. Morgan. Bumpers will get the kill out of the timeout. Skylar Bumpers, 349 hitting percentage coming today. That's third in the SoCon.
And I think we see most of the success coming from Mercer from that middle attack. I mean, in terms of Michael hitting the 2 or just the middle just going in for a 1 set. The middles have to do better pressing their hands over and shutting that down.
Carly Raleigh into set. Remember, Jessica Zahn, the second setter in the 6-2 offense, was the one who took the hit from that kill, that hard-driven kill from Allie Ruffin. So the third setter is Carly Raleigh. She wears number 34. She's a freshman from Cullowhee, North Carolina. 42 assists on the season in limited action. That one between Bumpers and Walden. Havrilla now will set up Walden, and she'll get the kill off the outside. Aaliyah Walden, a freshman from Odessa, Florida, 4th on the team with 71 kills coming into today.
That was a great swing by Aaliyah. I mean, I think she went right through the block, which is something that you should go for, but if you can, that moment hit through the block, that's a good swing and good vision on your end.
Short serve from Padilla, makes its way over. Martin with the tip. Here's Quigley. And it's long.
We see quickly they're trying to go for the hands and go off the hands, but the Citadel is becoming a little bit more disciplined as they're getting into the game and starting to get ready or get used to what they're facing.
Sales. Walden off the right side. Bears asking for a touch, but they won't get it.
And these are some of these unforced errors that I mentioned earlier that might be a problem for Mercer. I mean, they were in the game, they were down 5, but now the lead is continuously getting bigger as unforced errors really become a problem.
That was bumpers out of the middle for the Bears. Another opportunity, and she delivers.
Great swing from bumpers. I mean, she's been showing up all night. She gets up, she's fast, and when she does get up, she has a mentality of putting a ball down.
5th kill for bumpers. Her season high is 10. It's already halfway there in this first set. Quigley can't find the line. It's out of play.
Unfortunately, with plays like that, when the play is kind of broken, you have to be smart as a hitter just to keep the ball in and live to see another day.
Martin targets Padilla. Quigley pushes it past the block. And heads up play from Sales, who saw an opening and took it.
Smart play by Sales. I mean, she knew the play was scrambled. She knew players were in their respective positions. And she put in the corner, and what do you know, it worked.
That's a freshman making a veteran play.
She's learning from the best.
Bulldogs first to 20. Quigley. Katie Quigley, the team leader in kills, gets another one. Her season high is 20. That was last night at Western Carolina. She's a grad transfer from Jacksonville State, 4 seasons there. Here's McCarles. Great pass from Sales to Lancey, hitting behind the setter.
And I think that is the fastest I've seen Delancey move her feet and get up on that slide. I mean, she was up, her hands were up. It seemed like her and Bell were so in sync, she couldn't do nothing else but put the ball down.
Bulldogs 4 points away here in set 1. Jalen Elgert serves her counterpart in Havrilla. And a bomb off the outside from Kylie Quigley.
Seems like maybe some miscalculations there from Bell in terms of setting up. I mean, the block was closed, but a little bit too far inside and gave her too much line to put it down.
Second kill for Quigley. She'll go back to serve. Ruffin with hands. Cardina sends it over. Quigley from the back row with the tip. Sales, cross court, she'll get the kill past a diving McCarles.
And Sales is showing up tonight. I mean, she's showing that she can be an offensive threat in terms of on the serve line and actually behind the 10-foot line and in the front row. I mean, she is definitely someone that Mercer wants to watch out for tonight as well.
Team high 4 kills so far for Angelina Sales. The old bump kill for Kylie Quigley.
Hey, I mean, that's luck. If it works, it works. And sometimes the net is going to put the ball in your favor.
Bears trail by 6. Here's Havrilla. Had a season-high 23 digs last night in the win at Western Carolina. Sails out of the middle. And it's wide.
We definitely see Sales is turning up that aggression in her, and she's wanting to get up and put the ball down, but I guess in some instances, ball placement is very important.
And the ace for Havrilla, her second of the set, 19th of the season. And the Bulldogs will call timeout as Mercer has closed the lead to 4, 22-18 in favor of the Bulldogs. And the Citadel is coached by Dave Zelenog in his 6th season, the all-time winningest coach in school history. He led Micaiah Middleton and the Citadel Bulldogs, my partner, in their first ever SoCon tournament championship in 2021. First appearance in the NCAA tournament, it was a trip to Atlanta to face Georgia Tech. Coach Zelenog has done a tremendous job building this program. They've set or tied a school record for Southern Conference wins in each of his first 4 seasons, including the Bulldogs' first ever win in the SoCon tournament in 2018. That was against Western Carolina, and then repeated that feat in 2019 against Chattanooga. 7 conference wins and the highest SoCon finish in school history in that COVID-shortened season. They finished 5th that year, but of course only the top 4 teams got in, or they would have gone pretty far in that tournament. Would have made a big run if they were allowed. And then, of course, back to the full format in 21, McKay, when you guys made that run to the championship.
Yeah, that was definitely an experience, but it definitely took some time to recover. I mean, from playing during COVID where things were so different, and then going from a season where it's like, okay, everything's normal. You guys play, no masks, nothing else. It definitely was something that we had to work around and get adjusted to.
It's great that everything's back to normal now. You can switch sides on the court.
Exactly.
Remember that when you had to stay on the same side? Free ball opportunity upcoming for the Bulldogs. Cardenas. And it's long.
With opportunities like that, when you get a good free ball, that gives you the time to reset, get a good pass in, and set your offense up for something, you know, where it's actually getting the other team off balance or out of system, but hopefully a kill. And the Citadel did not show up in that round.
Well, the Bulldog lead was 6, now it's 3. Can Sales respond? Bumpers. Now Ruffin off the right side, off the hands of the block. Havrilla's there to back it up. From the pipe, that was Quigley. Free ball opportunity for the Bears. Morgan, cross court, gets the kill. Martin and Hogan were there for the Bulldogs.
And you see what you're supposed to do with the free ball. Mercer, they got a good pass going, they got a good set, and they were able to put the ball down. I think late in the game like this is when you should not be trying to get free balls.
Mercer Bears are on a run behind the serving of Havrilla. And as I say that, it's a service error. And now the Bulldogs are 2 away. First service error for Mercer. Ruffin will get the ace. Second ace of the set for Allie Ruffin, her 26th of the season, and now it's set point. Morgan is denied. Padilla. And the Bulldogs are able to keep it alive. Bumpers. The dig from Jalen Elgert. Sales. Another dig from Quigley. Bumpers into the net. Oh, check that. Into the block and down.
Yeah, I think Maddie Cardenas was late with her hands and pressing over. And with offensive middles like this that Mercer does have, that's going to be extremely important. I mean, we see what Bumper can do. She's putting balls down left and right. It's important to have a solid block up on her.
Another set point for the Bulldogs. They'll try to do it on serve receive. And they won't have to. It's another service error for Mercer, and that'll close out set number 1. The Citadel takes the first set 25-21. We're going to take a break from McAlister Fieldhouse. Set number 2 when we come back. Leading the way for the Bulldogs, who hit 306 in the set. Mackenzie Martin with 4 kills, and the freshman Angelina Sales with 4 kills. Allie Ruffin had 3, Gina Delancey had 2, and Maddie Cardenas had 2 as well. Mercer hit 231, showed a lot of heart coming back at the end of the set. Leading the way for the Bears, their middle, Skylar Bumpers, she had 6 kills in the set.
Yeah, Skylar is definitely on fire tonight. I mean, she's seen a little bit of a weakness on the Citadel side in terms of shutting down that offense and any attack from the middle, and she has been just on fire all night. I mean, she's not stopping. Whenever she goes up for a kill or a set, she's going in with the mentality of putting the ball down.
Michael Morgan had 3 kills for the Bears. Kylie Quigley had 3, and then 1 apiece from Walden and Beardsley. There's our stats update. Just about ready for the start of set number 2. Same lineup back out there for the Bulldogs. I believe the exact same starting lineup for the Mercer Bears as well.
I guess what we hope to see in the second set is just Mercer kind of tighten up on the unforced errors. They put up a good fight. They have the heart. It's just cutting down the unforced errors is going to be their biggest challenge, and hopefully that's going to be the thing that really sets them over and allows them to stick the game in, or to stick in the game and actually take a set down away from the Citadel Bulldogs.
Just about ready for first serve here in set number 2. Belle Hogan will have it. Bell had an ace in set 1. And a good start for the Bulldogs.
Starting the game off strong, starting off with some good serves.
17 aces now in the season for Belle Hogan, a pair today. Morgan, she can sky.
Ooh, I'm telling you, she gets up and she puts it down. I mean, her vertical and just, she is an athlete, and that's definitely something that you have to, if you can, try to shut down tonight.
Coach Sutton was telling us she has all the physical skill set. More of an athlete learning to play volleyball. She's really been in it. Padilla, it's sent back. Another opportunity. And she'll get the kill just beside Jalen Elgert.
And that was a great swing. Way to come back off, transition hard, and get up for a good swing. And she put the ball right where it needed to be.
Kylie Quigley back to serve. Jack State transfer. 46 aces last year in 30 matches at Jacksonville State. Pushed over by Ruffin. Padilla is denied. Cardenas gets her hands on another one. Morgan tips it over the block. Cardenas tried to dump it over, but put it into the tape.
Hey, she was working hard. There was a lot of balls where she got up on, her feet were moving. That was a long set, and I think for her, she just got a little winded.
3-1 lead for the Bears here in set 2. And it's a service error for Quigley.
We definitely see on both sides that they're ramping up on their serves.
Allie Ruffin, who has 2 aces so far. Third in the SoCon in that category with a great serve. Morgan. But it's wide.
And I think with Morgan, if you can force her to have to swing either left or right, it's going to force her on her own to make some unforced errors. That can be the best bet for the Citadel. I mean, we're not going to be able to stop her entirely, but if she can get in her head a little bit, it'll definitely help the Citadel.
A service error for Allie Ruffin, second for the Citadel. Looked like one that just got away.
I agree. I think that they're both trying to put pressure on the ball that sometimes some balls are going to go out.
Gavrilla has 2 aces. She targets Martin. Martin gets the return set and the kill. Now Mia Watson checks in to serve. 8 aces on the season. 3 of those came against Florida A&M. Bumpers. Bumpers once again, but a whistle first. And a call that will go against the Citadel.
A little communication errors on Mercer, but they definitely cleaned it up and were able to get something going. I think the Citadel misread that, and they were over.
Carly Raleigh will be back behind the line to serve, the freshman from Cullowhee. Had an ace last night at Western Carolina, 5 on the season. The other 4 were against Mississippi Valley State back on August 25th. She targets Ruffin. Great set from Belle Hogan, and leads the kill off the right side for Angelina Sales.
Great set by Belle Hogan. I mean, I think everyone was expecting it to go, the ball to go in front of her, and she set the middle or the outside, but she puts it back, and she had a wide open shot right down the line.
Now Sales back to serve. Had her first career double-double last Friday at Chattanooga, 17 kills and 12 digs. The tip over the block. Nicely done by Aaliyah Walden as the Bulldogs are unable to keep it alive.
I think Sales was watching that great serve that she kind of forgot she had to hustle in and play some defense.
Padilla serves Ruffin. Delancey, the connection there between Belle Hogan and Gina Delancey.
We see that both teams are getting some success running their middles and getting that offense going, but it's about getting that ball going, getting a good pass to actually be able to run your middles.
Speaking of middles, there's bumpers. It's not how hard you hit it, but where you hit it sometimes, McKay, and that was effective.
There are some communication errors. I mean, a ball in the donut had everyone kind of stopping and hesitating, so I think that's something that the Citadel has to iron out.
Now the middle bumpers will go back to serve. Overpass, and a whistle, and a bear in the net. That's Quigley. Jalen Elgert, senior from Peoria, Arizona. She'll serve one long. Third service error for the Citadel.
Again, when you put pressure on the serve and you're trying to, you know, put some aggression on there, there is a likeliness that it is going to go out. And I think that's what we're seeing on both ends of the net.
And the Bulldogs have 4 aces to go along with the 3 errors, so they'll take that ratio. Here's McCarles. Short serve, it's played by Cardenas. Push it out to Ruffin, who bombs one down the line.
Hey, I mean, Michael is very athletic, and she can get up and put a solid block, but Allie also has the ups, and she also has the speed to put the ball down, and she didn't even see the ball. She couldn't even put up a good block to be able to stop Allie Ruffin's attack.
Hogan goes long. Mercer takes a 9-8 lead here in set 2. Here's Kylie Quigley. Cardenas. And it's out of play. So a 2-point lead for the Bears here in set 2. Trying to respond after a first set loss, 25-21. Sales off the tape. Here's the dangerous Morgan, but it's into the net. Maybe just set a little too far out in front of Morgan.
I don't know. I mean, it might have been, but she's so athletic that she can be able to work with the play and put the ball down. I think that she definitely has been abusing the blockers' hands all game. I think going forward, if the Citadel wants to compete with this one, they have to get their hands up early, and they have to be disciplined on that block.
Timeout on the floor, so we're going to take a break. The Bears lead 11-8 here in set 2. You're watching Southern Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. Ruffin off the hands of the block. And she pulls the Bulldogs within 2 here in set number 2. They trail 11-9.
You see Allie Ruffin getting a little bit active in this set, and she's hungry to put a ball down. That's what we're seeing. She is putting balls down, getting up.
Morgan out of the middle. Another big swing from Michael Morgan, the sophomore out of Louisville, Kentucky. Had a career-high 13 kills last night at Western Carolina. She has 6 already this afternoon. Sales. And a dig from Havrilla. Padilla off the hands of the block. Ruffin took something off.
See, I think with Allie Ruffin, they always expect an attack. They always expect a hard kill coming from her, but it's those balls that just, you take some speed off of it, it catches everybody off guard, and then what? Right to the donut, no one knows who's gonna grab the ball, who's gonna pick it up.
Seems like the first couple of years, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay, Allie Ruffin, everything was a powerful swing, and now here in her junior season, she's really diversifying that offensive repertoire.
Right, and I think every freshman kind of comes in, they want to make a show for themselves, they want to make people respect them, so they come in thinking, in the college world, you have to put a ball down to get a kill, but as you grow and as you start to learn, you learn that it's about ball placement. Sometimes it's not about a power, but just getting the kill and putting it in the right spot.
And we saw that same development from Charliza de Jesus over the years, who I always thought was the best player in the SoCon, and can really see the same now for Allie Ruffin. It's become a complete player here at the Citadel. Padilla.
Yeah, that was a great block by Sales. I mean, she put her hands up, she was solid, couldn't go anywhere else but straight down.
Now Sales will go back to serve. And service error.
Sales has a very aggressive serve, and I think it definitely works, and it's something that she shouldn't change, and if it's going to go in the net a couple times or out, I mean, it's going to come with it.
She's the Southern Conference leader in aces, so she's going to have the green light.
Exactly. I mean, you're not always going to be perfect, but if you can put it down, put it down.
Teams trading service errors. There's Mackenzie Martin. Ruffin. She cut it to Quigley. Now Quigley delivers off the outside for Mercer.
Quigley with the fast arm swing. I mean, a ball coming that fast is kind of hard to even go for, kind of hard to even see, and I think she should definitely use that speed and that, you know, some of that to her advantage tonight. I think Mercer definitely needs that to close out this game.
Comes from a volleyball family. Her mom, Christy, was a Hall of Fame player at Florida Atlantic. Ruffin was played by Padilla. Quigley, this time she's dug out by Elgert. Ruffin, a powerful swing that bumpers could not handle.
It seems like they were going outside for outside, hit for hit, and it was just about who's going to put the ball down first. And Allie rises to the challenge.
Bulldogs trail by 2. Here's Elgert. She serves Padilla. An attack error. Cardenas was in position.
Going for that gap. I think that maybe the set was too low, or maybe there was just some communication between 18 and 34, but I definitely think they can iron it out.
Here's Elgert. Another great dig from Jalen Elgert. Martin off the hands of the block. And this time hit that time for Mercer. Ruffin goes line, but it's wide.
That was a great swing by Ruffin, but more so on the libero for Mercer. Way to be there and actually cover the ball. I mean, not every hitter is going to time the set right. Maybe there might be some communication errors where you might just have to send a free ball, and I think that she showed up at the right time for that.
Here's McCarles. Cardenas on serve receive. Ruffin. Beautiful touch from Allie Ruffin just past the block.
And there's Ruffin diversifying that swing, throwing in some off speed and putting that ball placement back. I mean, she can put some balls down, and we've seen that with her past couple hits, but it's those random. She's going to throw in that off speed ball that's really going to catch everyone off guard.
Hogan targets Quigley. Morgan out of the middle. The dig from Elgert. Quigley through the hands of Hogan and just out of the reach of Mackenzie Martin. (17-15) lead for Mercer. They'll push it out to Ruffin. She's denied. Hogan tried to steal a point. Free ball opportunity for Mercer. Morgan off the tape. Elgert there once again. And Ruffin uses the block to her advantage and earns the point for the Citadel.
Smart on Ruffin. I mean, she kind of seen that the blocker wasn't there. Her hands weren't up early. And in a play like that, you don't always have to put the ball down. You can just be smart, throw on the blocker's hands, and hope for a tool. And that's exactly what happened just there.
Free ball opportunity for the Bulldogs. Options for Belle Hogan. She'll push it back to Sales, who finds the back line.
Great swing by Sales. I mean, that was a perfect shot right down the line, right on the line. I mean, when you have an opportunity like that with a free ball, you have to put the ball down, and she definitely showed up just to do that.
Tied at 17. Here's Ruffin. Another opportunity upcoming for the Citadel. Hogan, Martin, Havrilla with the dig. And the block from the Bulldogs, Maddie Cardenas.
I mean, great block on Maddie. She was firm with her hand. She pressed over. And now it's a fighting chance for the Bulldogs to turn the set around and take it home.
Time out Mercer as the Citadel takes the lead 18-17. We'll take a look at the big picture for the Mercer Bears. A new coaching staff with former head coach Derek Schrader now coaching at Jacksonville State. It's a young and talented staff, but it'll take some time to build this program, even if they want to win right away, bring in the players they want. Not a lot of returners from last season's team. No one left from the 2021 regular season championship squad that featured a SoCon Libero of the Year, Megan Smith, and first team all-SoCon Middle, and Oliveira, a couple of 200 kill pin hitters as well. This is a young team, McKay, just one grad transfer, one senior, 3 juniors, but most of the roster is made up of freshmen and sophomores. And it's been an up and down season so far. They've had to play a couple of SEC schools in the non-conference. But they're 2-1 in SoCon play and have won 2 straight matches against UNCG and Western Carolina. And picked 7th in the preseason poll. They could surprise some people in year 1 under Chad Sutton.
Exactly, and it definitely is a fresh team, and I think the mindset coach is incorporating into the team and the girls is, even though we might not win every game, it's about going out, playing our hardest, and striving for number 1. I mean, embracing the process. We're a fresh team, we're new, we're not always going to win, we're going to have some losses, but taking your losses in stride and constantly growing from them, and I think that's what Coach here wants for this Mercer team.
Ruffin serves Havrilla. And a high approach from Morgan. And Cardenas delivers off the hands of the block.
I think we're seeing Maddie Cardenas kind of flip it around. She started off this set a little rocky in terms of being able to stop that middle position bumper, but she's getting up on the block and she's putting some balls down. This might be what the Citadel needs to close this set out.
3rd kill from Maddie. Ruffin has 9. She serves. Morgan off the tape.
Same thing with Allie Ruffin. I think with Morgan, they're always expecting a hard kill and a hard-driven ball that when those off-speed balls do come, it kind of catches everybody on the court off guard a little bit.
And an ace for Havrilla.
Yeah, that's a tough serve, but that's why coaches always say, follow it to the line.
Third ace of the match for Havrilla. Now the Bears are first to 20 here in set 2. They lead 20-19 in a back and forth set. Good pass from Ruffin and a lead to the kill for Cardenas.
And like I said, Maddie Cardenas, she's flipping around. She's turning up and she's showing out. I mean, it's important for both of these teams to get all 3 hitters going. When they're just stuck with 2 hitters or just outsides and right sides, it forces them to limit their options and unfortunately give the team an advantage, the Citadel in this case, an advantage to put the ball down with all 3 of their hitters.
Kathleen Beulah, the serving sub. Padilla pushes it back. Beulah plays it. Sales, just a miss hit from the freshman Sales, one she'd like to have back.
I think with those balls, you can't get fancy with it. It's just simple volleyball, put the ball over. I think when you try to add a little something on it, it doesn't go the right way, and that's what we've seen just here.
Here's Carly Raleigh. Season high 15 assists earlier this season against Mississippi Valley State. Getting the chance to set in this one against the Citadel. And it's a service error. We're locked up at 21. So here's the Bulldogs' top server, Sales. 30 aces on the season. Won a state championship last year. Coronado High School out in Nevada. Sales with the dig. Here's Martin, tough angle, plays it with the left hand. And the attack from Quigley is in the net. So the Bulldogs take a 22-21 lead.
That was a great serve, and that was just a great attack on Martin. Way to work with the play in the set. You're not always going to get a perfect set, and in those scrambled plays, it's not about how hard you hit the ball, but if you can actually work with the ball and live to see another day. And she did just that, put it in the right spot, and unfortunately, Mercer couldn't recover from that one.
And she had to use her left. Now, you were left-handed playing the right side. How often did you have to use your right, and how comfortable were you with that?
See, I wasn't that comfortable to hit the ball. I give you a solid tip, but she gave a roll shot and put it in the right spot, so kudos to Martin.
No right-handed roll shot in the arsenal for you?
Oh, absolutely not.
A service error. And that's a 6 for the Bulldogs. Tied at 22. Here's Gia Padilla. Teams trading service errors, and the Citadel inches closer. They're 2 away.
I think both teams are trying to go aggressive on the serve because they both understand that it'd be easier to defend a team that's out of system, that only has 2 hitters in comparison to 3, and that's also leading them to make a lot of mistakes on both of their ends.
Quigley. Martin tried to keep it alive, but it's a kill for Kylie Quigley. Her 6th.
Seems like communication dropped off a little bit on the Citadel side. It's quiet. Players are not making eye contact. This can't be good.
Here's Bumpers. Great pass from Sales. Delancey was blocked. Bumpers plays that. Quigley. And Martin's dig attempt goes out of play. It's set point for Mercer. A little adversity for the Citadel. We'll see how they respond here. Hogan will set up Ruffin, who goes line, and it's a perfect shot.
I mean, great ball placement by Allie Ruffin. Way to keep the girls in the game and living to see another day. But I think from here on out, the Citadel needs to clean up on the errors and be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, putting balls away. I think they've been letting Mercer just kind of hang in there a little too long, and now it's a tied game.
Double-digit kills for Ruffin. She has 10. Quigley. Ruffin steps in to play that. Martin from the back row. Off-speed shot. And the kill off the right side for Aaliyah Walden. Set up set point once again for Mercer.
If they want to shut those balls down, the middle has to press those hands over and really reach. I mean, that has been a weakness for the Citadel, and Mercer is exposing it.
Well, Carls will look to close out the set. Bulldogs will go to Ruffin, who powers one down.
And Ruffin is going to show up when she needs to. I mean, do not sleep on her. She got up and put it down. That is someone that I'd be trying to send 2 blockers up and making sure they're up and ready every time she swings.
Belle Hogan has 2 aces today. And she'll pick up a third.
Can the Citadel close it out? They're 1 point away.
For the first time in set number 2, it's set point for the Citadel. Timeout, Mercer. And the Bulldogs have taken the lead here in a back and forth set number 2. Undefeated Citadel Bulldogs. I asked Coach Zelenak earlier in the week one of the reasons for the success this season. And he said, you know, we're playing a 3 outside hitter system. Early on, it was Allie, you know, kind of killing the ball on the right side, and Ange was inverse, and they switched it up and really just controlled, passing well. We don't repeat receive errors. They haven't even had all 5 attackers do well in a match yet at the same time, but they've had at least 3 in every match, and it's led to plenty of success.
And I just think that shows you what they really have in their pocket. I mean, the offense, they have a lot of weapons, but can they use them? I mean, in this game, we've seen a little bit from Maddie Cardenas. We've seen a little bit from both Ange and Martin. But in the end, who is going to close out the set? We know Allie Ruffin's going to show up, but there's other hitters on the line. There are other hitters right there that's on the line right now. And who's going to show up and close the set out? That's what I'm curious to see.
The go-to historically has been Allie Ruffin. She put away the match on Wednesday night against Western Carolina. Belle Hogan looking to put it away from behind the line. Instead, it's a service error.
At this point, I think it must be a mental thing with the errors on both teams in terms of serving and putting the ball in.
Quigley. There's Ruffin. And it's set point once again for the Bulldogs.
And you see Michael kind of getting frustrated because she just doesn't know what to do. Is it the hand setup if she's not getting up early enough? Allie has athleticism and the skill just to get up and put the ball down, and there really is nothing anybody on the other side of the net can do about it.
SoCon Player of the Week for the 3rd time this season, Ruffin will close out set number 2 with an ace. The Citadel wins the set 28-26. They lead this match 2 sets to none. We're going to take a break from McAlister Fieldhouse, and the Bulldogs will look for the sweep when we come back. And we're back for the start of set 3. And right off the bat, it's Allie Ruffin with her 13th kill of the match.
See, Allie went a little silent that last set, but she's coming out the 3rd set and she's swinging.
1-0 lead here in set 3 for the Bulldogs, who lead the match 2 sets to none, 25-21, 28-26. Morgan off the hands of the block. Once again, it's Ruffin. And there's kill number 14 for Allie Ruffin. You know what that means, Makaya? 1,000 kills for her career. Quite a milestone for the junior.
Muhammad Ali, she's flying like a butterfly, swinging like a bee, and that's what I'm talking about. 1,000 kills as a junior, that is a tough accomplishment, and I wouldn't see anyone else doing it but Allie Ruffin. She's a great player. She shows up every day, and we're seeing some of that power today.
The dig from Elgert against Padilla. Sales hard off of Quigley and out of play. The ball heading in our direction.
Great swing by Sales. I think Jalen Elgert has been picking up some tough balls all night. I mean, they've really been going for that angle, putting some power there, and she has been there digging balls all night.
Hogan targets Quigley. This is Morgan. Allie Ruffin once again. This one's long. First point of the third set for Mercer. They trail 3-1. And here's Abby Havrilla. She's looking for her fourth ace. Instead, it's a service error. And now Ruffin behind the line, the owner of 1,000 career kills. Team's trading service errors.
And that's pretty surprising. Allie Ruffin is usually really disciplined with her serve and good on getting the ball over in the court, but it seems like this game has put a little bit of pressure on both teams mentally to get the ball in and to relax with the service errors.
Another service error, this one from Carly Raleigh. And we have substitutions for both teams. Oh, it's great to see Jessica Dunn back on the court for the Mercer Bears. She took a hard-driven ball to the head from Allie Ruffin in set number 1. She's back out there. And the serving sub for the Bulldogs is Beulah, and she'll miss the back line.
I think both teams are coming out strong with their serves, but they're just not going right where they need them to be or in the court. I think that their mentality should be take some off of it, get some rhythm going, and then you can turn it back up.
Hogan and Delancey unable to connect, just out of the reach of the 6'2" grad student Delancey.
I think that both teams are getting a little riled up. I mean, especially on offense. Those are usually balls that Bell and Delancey are good with connecting on, but
the connection is there for Mercer and Jessica Dunn in her middle, Skylar Bumpers.
I mean, it's good to see her back in the game. She's putting some good balls up, and Bumper is back and active. She's putting them back down.
Padilla serves Ruffin. Hogan with the bump set. And the kill for Mackenzie Martin, the Tulane transfer. Coming off a big year at Tulane last year. She had 276 kills and 265 digs. Her career high is 29 kills. That came against Lamar. Bumpers off the hands of the block. Delancey on the slide, and she's dug out by Jessica Dunn. Quigley, we're gonna have a Bulldog in the net.
I mean, that was a great timing by both Bell and Delancey. It's just that last minute press, being able to stay disciplined and press over the net without actually touching it.
Zon Delancey, who's the team leader in blocks, 43 coming into today. Opportunity here for Mercer. They got the hands on the attack from Walden. Martin will push it to the back corner, but Padilla's there. Jessica Dunn tried to steal a point, but Ruffin was alert. Martin. And the point to the Bulldogs.
Wait for the Bulldogs to scramble out of that play, but we definitely see some communication errors and just some breakdown on that side. You see Allie Ruffin, she's supposed to be middle back, but she's playing balls in front of the 10-foot line. There has to be some communications in terms of those wings, right back and left back, and just being able to figure out where you're at in the court and what's everyone's position and role.
Quigley will get the return set, tips it over the block. Sales was there. Ruffin. Hard off the block and out of play.
Waiter Alley working with that ball. I mean, the set was slightly off. The pass was off. So Bell, she put up what she could, and the set was off. But Alley worked with it and used the hands after something to hit off of, which is a good tactic.
It's a 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. Some court maintenance right now. Sales taking care of a wet spot. Quigley. Ruffin. That's long.
And that was a great swing on Ruffin, but I mean, they're in a rotation where it is Bell and 2 other hitters. So the middle on this side has to be extremely active in getting up and being an offensive, just being able to put the ball over and be ready for a hit. I think we're not really seeing that, and it's putting a lot of pressure on Alley to take that swing.
That's the 9th service error for Mercer. The Citadel has 9 as well. Jalen Elgert back to serve. Jalen has double-digit digs in every match this season. She was the SoCon Defensive Player of the Week back on August 28th. Then had a career-high 29 digs against Florida A&M back on September 1st. 15 digs in just 3 sets on Wednesday in the win over Western Carolina. And she'll pick up an ace. 20 aces on the season for Jalen Elgert.
It's refreshing to see an ace in this game. I mean, I feel like we've been compiled with so many errors. It's nice to see that serve actually pay off.
Morgan, it's sent back. Cardenas, too far.
I think that was a great idea in terms of being on the net and attacking, but you also have to recognize where you are on the net and where you are on the swing and realizing to take some off of it.
Here's Kylie Quigley. Hogan keeps it alive, but only for a moment, as Quigley will earn the point off her serve.
You see on the Citadel side, it's like a lack of communication, lack of drive right now. It seems like they're a little bit sluggish, and they're really going to have to work through that and work it all out before the end of the set, or Mercer is going to close the set out.
Ruffin, off speed. Padilla. Another opportunity for Alley, takes a full swing, and she is blocked. Lillian Beardsley, the sophomore middle from Lakeland, Florida, who's second on the team in blocks with 30 coming into today. She takes away the angle from Ruffin.
As I said earlier, if you are on an offense where you only have 2 hitters, if one of the hitters is already eliminated, it really allows defense to really key in on that one player and shut it down.
Ruffin tries to cut it around the block, but it's an attack error. And the Citadel will call timeout as Mercer takes an 11-10 lead here in set number 3. So we'll take immediate timeout. You're watching Southern Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. To number, they trailed this third set 11-10. Earlier in the set, Allie Ruffin got her 1,000th career kill. She has 15 today. Makaya, you were her teammate when she came in as a freshman. Did you see it from her right away as a freshman coming in, see a player who had 1,000 kills in her future?
Oh, of course. I mean, the way she showed up to practice, I mean, the work she put in off-season, I think that really reflects what a player can do and what they're doing in off-season, how hard they're working off the court behind the cameras, and just when people are not looking. And she always had that work ethic and just that grind and that drive. And I knew she was destined for 1,000 kills.
Seems to be on the same path as Charlize today. Jesus, who mentored her as a freshman. And the defense there once again for the Citadel. How about Cardenas with the block?
I think in this set, this is the timeout provided the perfect opportunity for a mental reset for the Citadel and just to really reflect, okay, we're down now. The energy's down, communication's down. Let's fix it now before it's too late.
Service error for the Bulldogs, their 10th. Here's Havrilla, who has 3 aces so far today, 34 a season ago. Sales gets the kill off the outside.
Sales has been great tonight in terms of just swinging high and being aggressive. I mean, she's really showing that she's here for the fight. She's not going down, and she's going to help her teammate Allie out and put some balls down.
8th kill for Angelina Sales. Ruffin picks up the ace.
Now this is a time for the Citadel to maximize off this momentum and to really push. I mean, we haven't seen a big lead yet in this set, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to do so.
Ruffin has 4 aces today. Bumpers responds from Mercer.
Bumper has also been great tonight. I mean, she's been active on the ball. She's been good with her blocks. I think that this is definitely someone, if we can shut down or minimize what she can do on the court, I think we can get a lot of success from the Citadel.
Well, she's tied her season high in kills with 10. Originally set against Mississippi Valley State on August 25th. She has 10 today. Bumper's hitting .556 in this match. Here's Kathleen Beulah, the senior from Memphis, Tennessee. Her 7th match of the season. She has 7 aces. Padilla with a tip. And Bumpers gets another kill out of the middle.
I mean, great swing on Bumpers. Way to recognize that it was a slightly overpass and get up and put the ball down. I think the Citadel has to be ready to keep the ball going. I mean, if the ball is still in play, get up. I mean, at least try to stay in the play.
Bumpers, like Mackenzie Martin of the Citadel, transfer from Tulane, played 2 years there, led the Green Wave with 67 blocks a season ago. And the kill out of the middle. That's Sam Barnes, a sophomore from Colorado Springs. Picks up her 56th kill of the season.
Great swing on Sam. I mean, she come off the bench, she comes in, gets up and puts the ball down. That's exactly what the Citadel needs right now if they want to turn the set around and really close it out.
Sam had a career-high 9 kills in the SoCon tourney last season versus Samford. Bumpers, the dig from Ruffin is over and out of play.
Hey, I mean, great dig, but I mean, not all of them are going to go in. Way to read that ball. She can get the next one.
Allie's going to need 4 more digs to get her 10th straight double-double. She has 6. Martin. Walden finds an opening.
Great ball placement by Walden. I mean, the set wasn't there. She was able to work with it and put it in the center of the court. We've seen that both teams are struggling with protecting the center of the court, and I think that communication is the root of those issues on both teams.
Barnes, that's played by Dunn. So Bumpers sets up her right side hitter. And once again, Aaliyah Walden gets the kill for Mercer, and the Bears, they had the lead 17-16.
Great job, Aaliyah, to really time that ball. She waited for it. She hit it right when it was at the perfect time, and I think that's a little bit what we need to see more from Aaliyah tonight.
Mercer rallying here in set 3, and that's going to lead to a timeout from Coach Zelenak and the Bulldogs. So this Mercer team, Coach Sutton told us they're putting in the work, and that's why they've seen the results lately. Back-to-back wins in the Southern Conference after dropping the opener to a tough Wofford team. Knocked off UNCG, and a win last night in Cullowhee against Western Carolina. Western Carolina is a good side. We saw them here on Wednesday. They did get swept by the Bulldogs, but it was 3 tight matches, all in the 20s. 3 tight sets, I should say, all in the 20s.
I think Mercer definitely has shown some heart, and they have shown in that Western Carolina game, and that's what we're seeing here. And going back to what you said in the beginning, the unfamiliarity for the Citadel. They're not knowing what to expect with this team. They're a fresh team, fresh coaching staff. They don't know what to expect, and I think that it's starting to come back and bite them in the butt right now in the set.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Mercer Bears. October 6th, they'll face the ETSU Bucks and then the Furman Paladins the next night, but it's a homestand for Mercer. Happy to get back home after this road trip to Cullowhee and stopping off here in Charleston on the way back to Macon. We're in the heart of it now, McKay. It's SoCon play.
And this is where the teams really work, and they really get to see what are my weaknesses, what can I improve on before SoCon tournament. And I guess both Citadel and Mercer are getting a taste of a little bit of what they do need to reflect on and fix in the weight room and just on the court in practice.
Mackenzie Martin picks up the kill for the Bulldogs, her 9th. She'll go back to serve. Targets Padilla. This is Quigley. Elgert in position. Hogan will track that down. Once again, Quigley.
I think we've seen spurts of greatness with the Citadel's blocking throughout this set. I mean, 1 minute they're like really on, they're really disciplined, and they're really pressing, and the next minute they can kind of get late and a little bit lackadaisical with their technique and their form. I think if they do want to close this set out, they need to really be disciplined in that area.
Bears have a 2-point lead, 19-17. Miscommunication for the Bulldogs. Back to the hot hand and Quigley. She's blocked. Another opportunity. Sales. And it's long. Mercer, the first to 20 here in set 3.
You can see the Citadel's a little bit razzled a little bit. I mean, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to get out of it. So they're basically just trying anything, and it's kind of putting a lot of pressure on both Bill Hogan and Ali Ruffin to get them out of this funk.
Tough serve from McCarles. Ruffin. It's blocked out of play. Ali Ruffin draws the Bulldogs back within 2.
Maddie Cardenas back in for the Citadel, and I think this is going to provide them the great opportunity to reset and bring a different side of offense and defense from that position, that middle position, and bring some energy. I think that the Citadel is lacking in energy right now.
And it's a service error for the Bulldogs. Mercer lead back to 3.
It seems like right when morale is starting to boost a little bit, there's another error just to kind of knock him back down.
The top server behind the line, team leader in aces in Quigley. Morgan, it's sent back. Out of the middle, that's Quigley. Free ball opportunity for the Citadel. Cardenas delivers.
Hey, way to answer the call, Cardenas. She got up, she was ready for that swing, and I think we need more aggression from the Citadel. Not in terms of just putting the ball down and for the kill's sake, but just for energy, for morale. I think that they're really sluggish right now. We need something to get the momentum going, get the energy going.
It's the 5th kill for Maddie Cardenas. How about number 4, Michael Morgan? He picks up the kill for Mercer. Player who played in just 1 match last season, had an injury. She's been such an important part of this Mercer offense today.
And that's what Coach talked about. I mean, she's an athlete, she's coachable. He knew this season was her time to shine.
Speaking of shine, Cardenas once again out of the middle.
Hey, they need to keep feeding Cardenas while she's in the game. She's bringing some fire, she's bringing some energy, she's locked in, and we need this right now. This is what the Citadel needs, and I think that she can rub off on her teammates if she just keeps getting the ball.
So efficient all season. She leads the SoCon with a .418 hitting percentage coming into today. There's bumpers out of the middle for Mercer, and the Bears are within 2. Or check that, 2, within 2 for taking set number 3. Jessica Dunn. Mercer leads 23-20. Trailing this match 2-0. Official checking something here.
I think they may be looking for a rotation check.
does one thing if you're a Citadel fan, it ices done a little bit. Sales off of Padilla and out of play.
And I think that's exactly what Maddie Cardenas was trying to do. She came in, she brought the energy, she got the girls feeling, it's okay to swing, get aggressive again. Let's get in this game. I mean, we have nothing to lose. Let's put some balls down. And that's exactly what Angelina just did just now.
Beulah gets the ace in the back corner.
Great serve by Beulah. I mean, she's coming in there locked in. She knows how important it is for her to make that serve and hopefully get an ace, and she came in with that mentality. I'm going to get an ace for my team.
Coach Zelenak pushes the right button. The serving sub, Beulah, gets her 8th ace of the season, and the Bulldogs are within one here. They trail Mercer 23-22 in set number 3. Timeout Bears as they try to stop the momentum from the Citadel. We talked about Coach Zelenak already. Let's talk about the assistant coach for the Bulldogs, Erin Kretschmar, in her 2nd season. Spent the 2021 season as an assistant at Bucknell, Charleston native that came back home, 2-time all-conference selection at Limestone College after playing locally here at Wando High School. And during her final collegiate season, she also served as a student assistant coach for the Limestone men's team, went on to become a grad assistant at Converse. And then she played professionally in Israel, where she was starting middle in Tel Aviv, led them to a 4th place finish in the Israeli Premier League. How great was that, Makeda, to have a professional volleyball player as an assistant coach when you played?
It was great. I mean, she offered a lot of wisdom, just knowing that we're learning from someone that eventually that's where we see ourselves and where we want to get to. And she's a great compliment to Dave. I feel like Dave is very much, things have to be in a certain type of way, and Erin's a go with the flow. And I think that, again, that's a great compliment for Coach Zelenak.
The block for Mercer. That was Walden combining with bumpers, and it's set point. Mercer had set point in set number 2. Couldn't finish off the Citadel. We'll try to do so here in set 3. And it's off the block and out of play. The Bulldogs are alive, thanks to Angelina Sales.
Angelina is showing up tonight. I mean, she is definitely showing Mercer that she is not someone that you can take lightly. She has been up on every swing, aggressive, and that's exactly what we need right now.
Walden, the dig from Ruffin, it's back over. Quigley. Sales is dug out by Dunn, so Havrilla will set up Quigley. And there's Martin. Ruffin from the pipe. Dunn got her hands on it. Martin. It's sent back by Skylar Bumpers, and Mercer takes set number 3, 25-23. Take another look at the final block of the 3rd set.
Great, I mean, great setup by Michael, great close by Bumper, but I think the Citadel's fun to realize that when your teammate goes up for a swing, you have to cover. I mean, that block has shown that it's pretty big, and it's been big all night. So when your teammate swings, be ready for a block. Be ready to cover the ball and keep going. And I think that in that last point, the Citadel was just kind of waiting for the ball to go over or waiting for the ball to end or the play to end the way they wanted to, and it didn't.
We'll have a good one here in Charleston. Citadel leads Mercer 2-1. We'll have set number 4 when we come back.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth.
Welcome back as we get ready for the start of set number 4 between the Citadel and Mercer. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Bulldogs. We're in the heart of Southern Conference play. You know, in years past, McKay, it was the Citadel who was kind of the hunter, right? Trying to take out some of those top dogs in the SoCon, but now they're the hunted team. And we're seeing it today with Mercer because Coach Sutton told us he saw this as an opportunity for them, and it's a little bit of a different mentality now for the Citadel as they're going to take everyone's best effort.
Exactly, and you see here that Mercer is battling. They're not taking no for an answer. They literally have nothing to lose, and they're playing like it, whereas Citadel, they're getting razzled in these plays. It's a lot of these scramble plays, communications breaking down. I think the pressure of the moment and just being able to keep the record going is what's kind of holding them back a little bit. I think that they're not playing as free as they should be, and if they don't nip it in the bud now, Mercer might walk away with this win. And I hope the Citadel can recognize that it's just volleyball. We play this game every day. This is the same game we practice every day. Just play loose.
Well, it's been tight. The Bulldogs took set one, 25-21. Mercer had set point in set two, but the Bulldogs prevailed 28-26. And then Mercer took set number three, 25-23. An early lead here in set four for the Bears. And Kylie Quigley back to serve. She has one ace so far today. That's her second service error.
Both teams starting with errors.
And they've piled up today. Mercer with 11 service errors on the day. The Bulldogs have 12. Morgan, a miss it, but it works.
Hey, I miss it. Those are those off-speed balls that catches everyone off guard. You expect a hard swing, but when you take something off of it and just kind of let it drop in the middle of the donut, it's hard for anybody to pick that up.
It wasn't what Michael Morgan had planned. It was effective. And so is that serve. Mercer leads 3-1.
The Citadel clearly getting a little worked up as this set is not starting in their favor and they're kind of starting in a hole, but someone on the court has to be able to turn it on and get them out of this play.
Well, that time it's Mackenzie Martin who turns it on. The Bulldogs trail 3-2 here in set four. Kathleen Beulah will check back in to serve. She had an ace in set three. Saw a lot of action last season as an outside hitter. 101 kills a year ago. Not as much time this season. Sales tips it past the block.
And Sales has been smart all night in terms of swinging high, when to take the swing, when to take something off of it. And she recognized that that set, it wasn't where she needed it to be, so she put it over and put it in the right spot.
And another ace for Kathleen Beulah, her second of the day. 9th of the season for the senior from Memphis, Tennessee. Morgan. It's played by Beulah. Sales. She's dug out by Quigley. Padilla. Martin, a tough angle. Padilla's right there. Out of the back row. That's Kylie Quigley who delivers for Mercer.
You see that play, the Citadel was not ready. They were not set up all the way. I didn't think they recognized that Kylie was in the back and she was going for that swing, and I think that they need to recognize where Kylie's at on the court at all times of the game.
She's in double digits now, 10 kills for Quigley, joining Morgan, who has 11, and Bumpers, who has 13. Dunn. Serves Martin. Barnes. And it's wide. Another hitting error for the Bulldogs. And Mercer takes a 6-4 lead here in set number 4. Try to rally behind the serving of Jessica Dunn, who's had an interesting path. Played last fall at West Virginia as a freshman, a couple of matches there, and then transferred to Jacksonville State. Played beach volleyball last spring at Jacksonville State. Now she's back indoors at Mercer. She'll set up bumpers.
And as you can see, the communication is definitely breaking down the Citadel side, and it's really starting to affect them. I mean, we've seen Martin fall off a little bit. We haven't really seen some offense for her, and just in terms of getting Bell a pass where she can put the ball up and a player put it down. We haven't seen that much for Citadel.
Ruffin plays the short serve. Sales. That's a tremendous dig from Dunn. Padilla. Elgert's there. Martin. She stops the Mercer rally.
Good recognition and recognize that the middle was not there. She was late. Go for the hands and go for a tool. That was great recognition on Martin's end. But it's continuing that momentum and seeing that they can build off of that to get them back to 7.
The jumper from Sales. Set. A little too far maybe on that slide for Bumpers.
Right, and I think that she tried to push it, but she put too much on it and it went slightly out.
Bumpers this time out of the middle, and it's wide. Now the Bulldogs are rallying. We're tied at 7.
And great recognition by Sales. I mean, she recognized that that toss for her serve was off, and she just put it in.
Freshman from Henderson, Nevada. It's been a great get so far for the Bulldogs. That's played by Walden, tracked down by Havrilla. Barnes gets the kill out of the middle for the Citadel.
And we see some communication errors on Mercer's side. They didn't know whether to switch, whether to stay with the left side and the right side, whether they're going to switch positions. And Barnes is able to maximize off that and get up and put the ball down.
Overpass, and Barnes was ready for it. Mercer somehow kept that alive. Ruffin. Havrilla will set up Walden.
Great swing by Walden. I mean, Bell and Sam put up a great block. It was a great setup, and she realized that it was a good setup. So she had to swing high, and Ali went for it, and she should have let that one go.
Martin, a really tough angle that time. And the point will go to Mercer. Not much she could do.
Yeah, and these scramble plays, it's kind of like you just got to put the ball over, live to see another day. But the Citadel is not doing that, and I think that's where those unforced errors are really starting to become a problem.
Barnes has become a feature player here in set 4.
And I think what we really need to realize is that the middles are going to be what keeps the Citadel in the game, and even Mercer too. Being able to get 3 hitters up and have 3 hitters available as an option is what's going to be able to open up the field and the court just for everyone.
Padilla. And trick Sales a little bit.
I think that's important, is just stopping and being able to actually play defense instead of trying to move towards the ball, and then next thing you know, you miss it entirely.
It's a deflection and just out of the reach of Sales. Again, as towel duty. 10-9, Mercer lead here in set 4. They trail this match 2-1. This is Skylar Bumpers. She serves Martin. Push out to Ali Ruffin, and Mercer was ready for that.
Great swing by Ali Ruffin, but an even better setup by Walden and Bumper. I mean, they put the block up right where it needs to be. And if Ali wants to be effective tonight, they have to get the rest of the hitters opened up. We need a middle available and a right side available.
There's your middle and Barnes. The tip from Quigley. Sales is right there. Hogan sends it over. Quigley delivers the kill off the deflection. There's a 3-point lead for Mercer. Bumpers serves her former teammate Martin. And the Bulldogs stop the run.
Another kill by Barnes. I think that if they want to get some success here, they need to keep the middle going. They need to see some more middle attacks. Every time Sam has swung, she has been successful or even close to it. And I think that, again, this shows the Citadel that we need to get the middle going.
4 kills on 9 attacks for Sam Barnes. Here's Elgert. Quigley, a powerful swing, but she's dug out by Martin. Ruffin, roll shot.
Great ball placement by Allie. She's seen the center of the court was open. She's seen that Kylie was trying to get out early for a good attack and a good approach, and that's where she caught her off guard.
Quigley with a tip over the block. Cardenas came down and played it. She's going to be called in the net.
See, with a ball like that, if you're not able to get up on the block, the first thing you should be trying to do is covering. I mean, if you're not able there to block, you have to do something, pick up a ball and be ready for that. And I feel that if she would have just been able to cover the ball and get set, she wouldn't have been in the net.
McCarles serves Sales. Now she'll set up Quigley. Ruffin with the dig. Allie gets the return set. Havrilla is there. That's Michael Morgan getting the kill for Mercer, a sophomore from Louisville.
Morgan coming back alive in this 4th set. I mean, she went kind of silent in that 3rd set, but now she's waking back up and she's showing the Citadel. If you want to compete with her, you got to get up and put that block up.
Tremendous athlete. She played outside and middle in high school. Lead is 3 for the Bears. Now it's 2 after the service error for McCarles.
Cadets are riled up. We want to see a turnaround for the Citadel, but if they do want to make it in this set and actually close it out, they have to get on the same page.
Belle Hogan has 3 aces already today. Quigley. Elgert in position. Ruffin. Oh, delivers a rocket. Past it diving Gia Padilla.
Again, and Morgan didn't know what to do with that swing. I mean, when Allie gets in a rhythm and she is able to get a full good approach, that ball is going down every time.
$18 kills for Allie Ruffin. Morgan is denied by a fired-up Cardenas.
And there it is. Maddie Cardenas, she rises to the challenge. She puts a good solid block up. It swings, and the ball goes right off of her right hand and goes straight down. We need more of that, Maddie Cardenas.
Tied at 14. Morgan can't find the line.
And Morgan's slightly trying to overcompensate for that last block. She's hungry for the next kill, but you got to be able to have some control there.
That brings us to our media timeout. The Bulldogs lead set number 4, 15-14. You're watching Southern Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. Match 2 sets to 1. They lead set number 4, 15-14. Has been pretty even. Bulldogs hitting 266, and the Bears of Mercer hitting 244. Bumpers leading the way for Mercer with 14 kills, 12 apiece from Morgan and Quigley. Allie Ruffin leads the way for the Citadel with 18. Sales has 11, and Martin has 10. Hogan serves Padilla. There's Morgan. Another roll shot from Allie Ruffin.
A bit of some confusion there between Morgan and the setter. They didn't know who to take the ball. They kind of both went in for it, and I mean, the ball, they weren't able to, pick the ball up.
$19 kills now for Allie Ruffin. Can Quigley respond? She can.
Quigley gets up. I mean, we didn't even know she was there. I think that Citadel also was surprised by that. She came in right around the setter and put the ball down on the outside.
Ruffin. It's going to be 4 touches on the Bulldogs.
I think both teams are trying to do too much. There's too tense on the court that it's creating a lot of unforced error and some conflict on the court for both teams.
We were talking about that in the break, McKay. It just seems like both teams are really tight right now.
Exactly.
Sales isn't tight. She delivers off the outside.
And Sales has been delivering all night on the right side, on the outside back row, and even on the serve line. Sales has been awake this entire time, and I think her teammates need to kind of follow Sales in this instance.
Padilla. That's played by Elgert. Martin goes line. Outstanding arm control from Mackenzie Martin.
Great shot by Martin. She knew the line was open. That was a great shot. Way to get a nice off speed, as you said, shot down the line, getting the Citadel back in the game.
The Bulldog lead is 2, and it leads to a timeout for Mercer. We talked about the athleticism of some of the Mercer Bears, players like Morgan and Quigley, but how about the athleticism from some of the Bulldogs as well? You're talking about a team that has several members who compete in track and field. Maddie Cardenas, Allie Ruffin, Lydia Larson, Sam Barnes, Ainsley Downing all compete in track and field. Lydia runs, the rest of them throw. Allie finished second in the javelin at SoCons and went to regionals. Sam scored points. Maddie ended up having surgery on the ankle and broke it a couple of days before SoCon volleyball tournament last year, but she should return to throw this year for track and field. There's a lot of great athletes on this Citadel squad as well.
Right, and I definitely can agree with that. The Citadel definitely has some offense that, I mean, some people that can really put the ball down and really be a game changer. But right now in this game, it's about getting them to turn on and everybody being on the same page and everybody being able to work together. Communication has been a problem, and just being able to know where your teammates are on the court has really been something that the Citadel has struggled with this game. And I think that if they want to close this game out in this set, that has to be their main focus.
Allie Ruffin was her 5th straight double-double. She has 19 and 11, her 10th double-double of the season. The dig from Elgert is back over. Once again, they'll go to Morgan. And the second try, she'll get the kill.
And Morgan has been relentless since she last got blocked, and we see that here. She is not taking anything off the swing. She is up and she's ready.
13th kill for Michael Morgan, tying her career high. Cardenas is blocked, and a fired up Skylar bumpers for the Bears.
Seemed like Cardenas there swung kind of low, so with the block-like bumpers, I mean, you have to be able to swing around the block and not swing it right into a big block like that. You're bound to get blocked.
Bumpers is 3rd in the SoCon in blocks per set. We're tied at 18. Cardenas. And bumpers. Once again, she gives Mercer the lead.
And she is one of those big athletes on Mercer. She is very athletic. She can get up. She's explosive. And we've seen some of her explosiveness in that last play.
Short serve from Havrilla ends up in the net. 13th service error for the Mercer Bears. So here's Kathleen Beulah. Saw her parents for the first time in a long time. They'd moved overseas when she turned 18, but because it's ring week, a lot of families are in town. Quigley from the pipe. That's dug out by Beulah. Connection not quite there between Hogan and Barnes.
See, when you get good ups like that, you're in the middle of a rally, and maybe the set is not where you need it to be, it's a little low, you have to be able to recognize that as a hitter, that the set wasn't there, but now it's your problem, and you have to solve the problem by keeping the ball in play. swinging on the low ball and trying to put the ball down, you're bound to swing the net and make an error.
Well, Mercer's first to 20 here in set 4. And the Bulldogs, all they can handle on a Sunday afternoon in Charleston. Jessica Dunn awaiting her opportunity to serve. Out of Southlake, Texas, Carroll Senior High School. Sales.
And Sales has been extremely effective on the wings. I mean, the outside, she's putting balls down, but especially on that right side. It seems like Mercer's outside has not been able to stop that line attack from Sales.
13th kill for the freshman Sales. Tied at 20. She's back to serve. Targeted Walden. Bumpers. He's been the go-to the second half of this 4th set.
And Bumpers is just really good because she has some versatility to her swing. She can crank it left. She can put it down right. I mean, she has a wide range of motion in terms of where she can hit the ball, and it's becoming a problem for the Citadel defense.
She's a season high 16 kills out of the middle for Mercer. The dig from Sales. Bumpers tries to go over with it, but hits it into the tape.
Again, Bumper is super aggressive. She has been up on those balls that are tight side net. She is trying to be that second hit and putting the ball over, but recognizing where you're at and how far you are off the net end, that might not be the best bet.
Tied at 21. Martin serves Quigley. Quigley will get the return set. A dig from Elgert. It's kept alive by Martin. A really tough play for Ruffin to make. Tremendous effort from the Citadel Bulldogs.
Yes, relentless effort. And I think that Jaylen Misses stood up where it caught it a little higher on her platform, and that's why it caused the ball to go behind her and not in front of her.
Mercer leads 22-21 here in set 4. And the ace for Skylar Bumpers.
And mistakes like this and the end of the game, you have to be able to recognize that you are not the passer. The middles, ideally, we'd never want them to pass. You want them to be able to take a full approach and be ready on as an offensive threat. But in those type of situations, you have to be able to communicate.
Second ace of the match for Bumpers. Her 7th of the season. What a match she's had. 16 kills, pair of aces, 4 digs for the middle. A few blocks as well. We talked about Kylie Quigley as a player to watch for Mercer, and she's been good. Double-double, 14 kills and 11 digs, but Bumpers, it's really been the story here in set 4 for the Bears.
Right, I think Bumpers is definitely that offensive threat that you want to be able to hone in on this side, but Kylie is also a great player all the way around. She's picking balls up, she's putting good serves down, putting the ball in good places. So those two are definitely going to be your players that you want to watch, including Morgan, who has kind of got a little quiet during the set, but I'm sure she's going to come back around this last couple points.
Mercer's hitting 252 as a team. The Citadel hitting 252 as well. So this match couldn't be any more even. Bulldogs lead 2-1. Mercer has the lead in set 4, 23-21.
We know both teams have heart, but it's about who's going to close out this set? Who really wants to win this game?
Mercer trying to stay alive and take it to a 5th set. The Bulldogs love to win it in 4. Remain undefeated. Bumpers targets Martin. Ruffin pushes for the line. A tremendous play made by Gia Padilla. Martin. And dig from Dunn. A hitting error for Kylie Quigley.
And for Kylie, when she gets like an inside ball, she tends to follow her body, follow the direction of the ball, and she's going to hit that ball angle. But I think the ball wasn't where she needed to be, and she brought the ball down a little too much, causing it to go right into the net.
And the service error for the Bulldogs will set up set point for Mercer. Looking to close out the set. This is Kiera McCarles. And Ruffin's attempt is wide. Mercer takes set number 4, 25-22. We're tied at 2 sets apiece as we take another look at the final point of the 4th set.
I mean, I think in a play like that, it's definitely tough on Allie to kind of make the last play and put the ball down. And Mercer, they recognize that. They knew the last set was going to her, and they're prepared.
So we'll take a break here from McAlister Fieldhouse. Do or die, set 5 when we come back.
Follow your nose.
Well, we're getting ready for a 5th set here inside McAlister Fieldhouse. The Citadel led this match 2 sets to none, 25-21, 28-26, but Mercer has come back to tie it up. They took the 3rd set 25-23, and the 4th set 25-22. The Bulldogs are certainly being tested here this afternoon. Citadel has played 4 5-set matches earlier this season. Of course, they're 4-0 because they're undefeated at 15-0. They defeated Florida A&M 3 sets to 2, Jacksonville 3 sets to 2. Florida A&M once again 3 sets to 2, and crosstown rival Charleston Southern 3 sets to 2. Taking a look at the Mercer schedule, they lost 3 sets to 2 back in August to St. Louis. Early in September, they lost 3 sets to 2 to Middle Tennessee State. And that's it. So they've been in 2 5-setters. They're 0-2. The Bulldogs are 4-0. Bulldogs will try to. Sorry, Piquet, go ahead.
I think how the Citadel close out this set and whether they're able to weather the storm or whatever they have been going through this game, and if they're able to close out the set and actually win, this will show why they are undefeated. Whereas right now, Mercer looks like they got the advantage. They have the momentum. They have Bumper. She's going on a rampage, and Kylie as well. I think this is definitely a change for the Citadel. They have to recognize here and now, Mercer's here to play.
The Citadel is one of 3 undefeated teams left in the country. The other 2 are number 1 Wisconsin and number 2 Nebraska. We're talking about the 2 top teams in the country and the Citadel Bulldogs, the only remaining undefeated teams in NCAA volleyball. And Mercer, look, they see this as an opportunity, a great opportunity to take out the undefeated team in the SoCon.
Exactly, and going into a coach, they have nothing to lose. I mean, they're not, people don't expect Mercer to have the best season because it's their first year, but they're still striving for it. And you see in this game, that heart that's there, and you see a little bit, Mercer's not going down without a fight.
They'll have first serve. It'll be Kylie Quigley. Ruffin gets the first point of the 5th set. 20th kill for Allie Ruffin.
And Ruffin's getting started early in this set. She is showing that, yeah, she might have not been as available as she was last set, but this set, she's here.
In the 5th set, you often look for that go-to, that finisher. No doubt the Bulldogs will be looking Allie Ruffin's way throughout this set. That's kept alive by Ruffin. Morgan finishes for Mercer.
And I think Morgan has really been taking advantage of Maddie Cardenas' hands today. I mean, Maddie is not getting over fast enough, and Morgan is an athlete. She's quick, she gets up. That is a player that you want to be disciplined on, and you're there.
Off the tape, that's played by Sales. Ruffin delivers another bomb off the outside.
Another kill by Ruffin. She has a chip on her shoulder, and she didn't like how that last set went. She finished it off on an error, but now she's starting this set on fire.
Coming over, and Ruffin was ready to put that away. But A net violation called on the Bulldogs.
I think there's some communication error between who's going to hit the ball, Allie or Ruffin, and that's what caused that last-minute error on Ruffin's end.
So we're tied at 2 here in set 5. And Jessica Dunn will serve Martin. Sales. She was dug out by Havrilla. Padilla off the hands of the block. Ruffin on the right side. High off the Mercer block. And a play, the Bulldogs take a 3-2 lead.
And Ruffin is full of energy. She's there. She is playing tonight. She is trying to ramp up her team like, hey, guys, we're in this set. This is it. Make it or break it. Record is downhill from here. So are we going to close this set out? And Allie is answering. She is putting balls down.
She has 22 kills. Her career high is 28. Came back on September 1st against Florida A&M. Leading the Southern Conference in kills per set, 4.78 coming into today. She's back behind the line. Padilla splits Hogan and Ruffin.
That's a great shot by her. I mean, that's a shot where you have two players right next to each other. That's question. That's forced the question. Who's going to go for that ball? Who has the better angle? Great shot.
Martin on serve receive. Sails off the right side. Delivers again for the Bulldogs.
Another player who has been relentless tonight. I mean, Sales is not taking anything off of it. She's up for every swing. She's ready to play. She's here. And for a freshman, this is a great play.
Kathleen Beulah has 2 aces. She targets Quigley. And a hitting error from Bumpers.
Another time where Bumpers failed to realize where she is on the court. I mean, you can put a ball down all you want if it's there. If you're far off the 10-foot line, there's no way you're going to get that ball over the net.
Serve into the tape. The Bulldog lead is 1. Gina Delancey is back playing middle for the Citadel. We saw Sam Barnes the last couple of sets. Bumpers off the tape. Ruffin's pass is tight. And a whistle that will go against Mercer. And Kylie Quigley having a discussion with our top official. She's the court captain for the Bears. Getting an explanation here.
I think she's trying to argue that she didn't touch the ball and it was a false play, but I think the ref is going to stand with his ruling.
So the Bulldog lead is 2, 6-4. We'll take another look. Did you see anything, McKay?
It didn't seem like she touched the ball or she interfered, but again, ref's ruling stands.
The dig from Allie Ruffin. And the block, Gina Delancey. Belle Hogan was there as well.
And that's exactly what the Citadel was missing. They were missing that strong middle block and that middle presence on defense. Gina's coming back in and she's reinforcing that, hey, we're here and I'm not gonna let you just get all those kills.
Delancey led the Bulldogs in blocks with 63 last season. Let's take another look. Taking the angle away from Kylie Quigley.
Great setup by Bill, great close by Delancey.
She's the team leader in blocks once again this season. We're gonna take a break midway through this 5th set. Citadel leads Mercer 7-4. Citadel Bulldogs looking to remain undefeated. They lead set number 5, 7-4. Freshman Angelina Sales, team leader in aces, is behind the line. Looking for her first today. Quigley. Delancey finds the back line.
Great swing by Delancey. She got up and she put it right where it needs to be. I mean, that's exactly what the Citadel was missing. And Dave made a great change by putting veteran Delancey in just to see some of that offense and that defense.
And it's a 4-point lead here in set 5, a set, okay, that only goes up to 15, so a 4-point lead, it's big.
Hey, I mean, they always say set 5, it's a race to 8, a race to halfway, and I mean, you see where the Citadel's at.
Sales, who has a double-double, 14 kills and 12 digs. Just to keep the rally going, serves Padilla. Quigley, terrific dig from Jalen Elgert. Martin off the hands of the block. Sales alert, plays the dump, but ultimately the point will go to Mercer.
Way to be alert on Mercer's side, recognizing that is a tight ball, it's on the net, go up and put it down.
So here's McCarles. Canadian played for Team Ontario for 3 seasons. An athletic setter. She was a competitive gymnast for 8 years. So was the libero, Abby Havrilla. Both have gymnastics backgrounds. McCarles. It's a tough pass for Hogan to handle.
And those type of plays where you recognize the pass is low, the setter might not be able to get to that ball. You just have to go for it and take it and live to see another day. That ball was really hard for Sel to get, for Bell to even grab, to pick up, let alone to get an offense going from it.
Bulldogs will call timeout. Their lead is 2. We'll take another look at that last point for Mercer. Captain Jalen Elgert's been tremendous this season as the starting libero. Her passes are typically on point, just one that got away from her that time.
Exactly, and for a player like Kylie who's across the net for her, and Kylie loves that angle cross shot, I mean, that is where her power is going to come from. So Jalen has been eating up a lot of these hits and a lot of these passes, but not every pass is going to be the best pass, and that's when you have to recognize as her teammates, hey, that's not the best pass. Help out Belle Hogan, and let's get a ball up so we can get the ball down.
Last year, Jalen split time between libero and DS, splitting time with Kenzie Kellerman. It's her job this season, and she's been really solid. Doesn't get rattled. Coach Zelnock told me in a phone call earlier in the week that she's really taken ownership of the back row, moving people around. Ruffin steps in front to play it. Delancey. It's kept alive, but only for a moment. And 4 touches for the Bears.
Another great shot by Delancey. She's been extremely effective since she has came back into the game, offering a great change of, from that middle position. I feel like Maddie was overcompensating for the power, and she just wants to put balls down like Bumper was. But Gina is offering an off-speed shot that is taking Mercer back.
The Bulldogs are first to 10 here in set 5. They lead 10-6. Kenzie Martin, a double-double, 11 kills, 14 digs. She serves Quigley. Quigley gets the return set, and a dig from Jalen Elgert. Ruffin, it's sent back. Martin roll shot, that's played by Havrilla. Quigley tips it past the block. And the Bulldogs will win the rally. They take an 11-6 lead.
And Gina was definitely ready for that middle hit. She has been very disciplined. I think the Citadel, they're going to close this game out.
They have a 5-point lead here in set 5, 11-6, as they look to remain undefeated on the season. Timeout, Mercer. Bears will talk things over. We talked about Chad Sutton, the head coach. He's assisted by Valerie Nickel, Kellen Burns, and Matthew Miller. Nickel and Burns are both in their first seasons as assistant coaches. Valerie Nickel came over from Coastal Carolina with Chad Sutton. She was also a volunteer assistant at Purdue back in 2020. She was a 4-year starter at Purdue from 2011 to 2014, a 2-time AVCA All-American, played professionally in Europe for 7 years. So both these coaches have professional players on their staffs. Kellen Burns is a graduate of Purdue. He was a practice player for the Boilermakers women's team. Matthew Miller is a grad assistant. He's in his 3rd season, so he's the only holdover from former staff. Martin serves Quigley. Jalen Elgert with the dig. Morgan chased down by Martin. Free ball coming for the Bears to use. And they'll go back to Morgan. Another dig from Elgert. Ruffin. Jalen Elgert is everywhere for the Citadel Bulldogs. Quigley. Morgan delivers the kill for Mercer.
Hey, that was a great rally. I mean, kudos to both teams. They were fighting. Jalen wasn't letting anything drop. She was taking hit after hit, and you know, a good swing on Morgan. Way to close out that play.
Elgert gets a round of applause from the fans here inside McAlister Fieldhouse. She has 25 digs, 1 off of a career high. She'll track this down. Ruffin. And this hit, it's long.
Hey, with those type of balls, it's tricky. I mean, when your setter is setting from behind you and you're forced to chase the ball and still put a good swing on it, it can kind of make you a little blind to the court and not able to see what's in front of you.
Timeout Bulldogs as the lead is shrunk to 3. And one that just got away from Allie. She knew it.
Curious to see what her next hit's going to look like.
I have a good idea that it's going to be hard driven somewhere.
Yeah. Or she might just throw us off and just do an off-speed roll shot.
You never know. Allie has 22 kills to go along with 14 digs, one of 3 Bulldogs with a double-double. Martin has 11 kills and 14 digs. Sales has 14 kills and 16 digs. Mercer breaks their huddle. Both teams now back on the floor. Don't believe there are any timeouts remaining. So we're set for the conclusion now of set 5. Bulldogs lead by 3. Kylie Quigley back to serve. And it's a service error. The Citadel, they're 3 away.
This is the momentum that they need to close this set out. Things are going their way. Can they close it out? Can they finish?
Morgan gets the kill for Mercer.
Now in this set, now that we have Gina back on the sideline and a new middle blocking, Mercer's really going to utilize that middle position and just swinging from the middle.
Ruffin, and they were ready for it. Here come the Bears within 2.
I think the Citadel needs to turn it on, and they need some more aggression from both the middle and the outside.
Cardenas finds an opening.
Smart play, smart play. I mean, I thought they needed aggression, but maybe they just needed it all speed, just something to throw them off. The donut always works.
Tips it right over the block. of Padilla. Morgan, it's wide, and it's match point for the Citadel.
Again, there's Morgan trying to overcompensate for that swing and push it to the line, but she closed too much, and that caused the ball to go out. And I think the Citadel just might close it out. It's game point.
Bell Hogan serves Quigley. It's sent back by Cardenas. Off the hands of the block, Hogan keeps it alive. Ruffin is dug out by Havrilla. Padilla. Sales hits it out of play, and Mercer's still alive.
Angelina couldn't quite get to that ball, so she just put something up, but again, when you're on a frantic play like that, you gotta work with it. You just gotta live to see another day and just be a little smarter than that. But she has been performing exceptionally well all night, so you're not gonna be perfect all night.
And a service error will close it out. The Bulldogs defeat Mercer 3-2. 25-21, 28-26, 23-25, 22-25, and 15-11. The Bulldogs 16-0, 4-0 in the Southern Conference. Mercer is now 6-9, 2-2 in SoCon action. And Micaiah, they were certainly tested today, but in the end, the Citadel prevails.
That was a great game. I mean, that was tough. I mean, the Citadel started out very strong, and then Mercer was putting up a good fight, but we did see some fallback from the Citadel. They weren't able to really connect, and they weren't able to communicate on the court, and you could just see it. The plays were very scrambled, and Mercer maximized off of that, and they really were able to take advantage of that, but there's a reason why the Citadel's undefeated. They can close out games, and they play well even when they're playing bad.
The players stepped up for both teams. Morgan had 16 kills for Mercer. Quigley a double-double, 14 and 11. 16 kills for the middle bumpers, but in the end, it was too much. Allie Ruffin for the Bulldogs, 22 kills, 14 digs. Sales had 14 and 16. Martin had 11 and 15. And the Bulldogs are 16-0. They remain one of 3 undefeated teams in the nation. McKay, your final thoughts?
The Citadel has a lot of potential. If they can really kind of key in on those weak areas and improve on keeping a good, strong middle block and a good, strong defense on the front line, then they'll be able to make it really far. But I think so far it's just tightening up the communication. And when things are a little scrambled, understanding and trusting that your teammate is going to do her job and do it well.
Next up for Mercer, a home match with ETSU on Friday, October 6th. Next up for the Bulldogs, a road trip to Greensboro. They'll take on UNCG on October 5th at 6 p.m. That'll do it for us here inside McAlister Fieldhouse. For Micaiah Middleton and the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Weinstein saying, so long from Charleston. The Bulldogs remain undefeated. They're 16-0.
Oh, wait over here. Think that girl's hurt me.
Liberty Mutual customized